Here we go. Alright, welcome back to Headhunted to Another World. Anime review, episode number... What episode am I on? 5. Yep, 5. We're here reviewing the 7th episode of the series, yep. Yep. The 5th episode, which is known as Conditions to Become a First-Class Merchant. Interesting. So what happens in this episode? So we kind of figure out about the whole thing of Bridge, which actually we found with this guy just about 2 episodes ago that they first mentioned the guy's name. And so the idea is to find out how they're getting the same things for half priced. Well, simply put, basically, there's complaints about things not working. So it turns out the reason they're not working is they're being stolen. Yes, they are being stolen. So then eventually him and Uttara basically proceed to spy on them. Of course, Uttara thinks that Utamara basically thinks that Udahara is going to have sex with her. Yes, that's what seriously she thinks. But no, we find out who's causing the thefts. Apparently, it's some demi-humans causing it. The reason is, like, you think, these hired help. Apparently these thieves are very young. We find out later on who these kids are by the end. They're actually kids, and so then of course now. By the way, Demon Lord. This actually is the first episode he's actually not featured in. I think he's seen as an illusion this episode, but first time he's actually not seen. I'm like, that is interesting. 7 episodes in, and we finally have an episode where the Demon Overlord is not featured. That is shocking, given the fact basically how the series is structured. Generally put, he makes an appearance once, maybe twice an episode for a few minutes. At most. This episode? No physical appearance for the guy. There is mention basically of stuff happened early on in this series so far, but we'll get back to that. So then of course basically Burgot, that's the pig merchant, where he is meeting up with the Rampage King, the King of the Golden Kingdom. So it turns out basically he was. By the way, they also give him fakes. By the way, Self-Fit in a flashback. You can say she made an appearance in this episode, which she helped make the damn things. So there was some fakes in there, and of course they were stealing some fakes. So he's up to be executed for basically tricking the king. Luck up, Udahara basically proceeds to stop him, basically because of one thing. Orange powder! Well, he says basically because your country's in danger. Because of all the gold they're mining, and apparently gold is getting very difficult to mine, so they need orange powder. And apparently one country has it, and they're very restrictive on it, and civil wars have caused over it. And apparently, this one merchant who basically is stealing from the demon country, apparently is indebted to him. So that's almost such connections. Like, this is interesting. So he's allowed to be spared. So the king laughs it off and he doesn't answer the question, but he's able to laugh it off and go to sleep. So then they proceed to leave the room. By the way, also which is lost part of his outfit too, because a giant gator ate it. So then we find out that these are actually his adopted children, which apparently he adopted these war orphans. And apparently the whole thing of him being a merchant of death, it's not because you think, merchant of death, maybe he sold weapons of destruction to both sides. Not really. The reason why he's called that, because apparently he's a humanitarian. Like, he does make profit off it, yes. He should be very greedy, but turns out that's actually a facade, him being greedy. He's apparently very helpful to people, which is interesting. So He did a lot of research on him. By the way, also Unamar, she actually is not featured second half episode, which I thought was kind of weird. And then of course Uglas is featured. I thought that was kind of weird. So, then of course basically he's handled to be sort of a mediator for his various countries to basically get more business basically for this area, for the area they're in, which is fine. And well, there you go off, and that's the episode. Does have a little story arc there, and it kind of solves a little problem basically with the whole thing of the stuff. As for if they're gonna buy the stuff, well, apparently he's trusting him to sell the stuff, which is interesting. He says the reason why that he does is because he has his duties, the Demon King Army. Okay, fine. Interesting. So, you could see this lay some groundwork for maybe some future stories, per se, but we'll find out as time goes on. Plus, they basically do plan a future story here. When something troubling happened in a demon country with the guild, and that sets up probably next episode. No time for the next episode, but we'll find out about that next week. But really good episode. I thoroughly enjoy this, and here's a shocker. We have only 5 to go for the whole season. Like, really? 5? Yeah, 5. Yep. So, yeah, that's pretty much it particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Now, I do have a bit of time tonight, basically, to do a couple more anime, because I don't have to go work tomorrow until like 9 o'clock. Yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and get done 100 Girlfriends, and if I get time to, I might get done Blue Exorcist. It depends on the time. But I'm definitely 100 Girlfriends next. So, at least we'll be on 2 anime tomorrow, which would be fine. And I think Wednesday, I think, is one. Thursday, I think, is one. Friday's got the most shocking, like with 4 anime. But looking at basically one is wrapping up, basically, not this week, but next week. So it's only before for just for a few weeks will be fine. So I'll see you next week for 100 Girlfriends. Okay, bye.